The WagerTalk You Pick special is live, giving you the option to pick the league of your choice and get 30 days of picks for only $99. 30 days of the NFL for $99, done. Just want NBA and NHL for the next month? You can do that for only $99 each. That's right, $99 gets you every release from the league of your choice from your favorite handicapper, including 5% best bets for 30 days. No coupon code is required, and 30-day sports passes will go back to regular price Sunday at midnight. So lock in as many sports and handicappers for only $99 before time runs out.
We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to WagerTalk Today. I'm Lawrence Pressman. That man, Teddy covers. Great show today, Teddy. Skee profits joining us right off the top. Looking at a couple of NBA props as well as the Arizona Cardinals Seattle game. Carmine, Bianco in the middle, 2 NHL games, and Dave Sharapan. Brother, yesterday's show was informative to say the least. We killed it. Brian Leonard 3-0 in his NBA picks that he handed out. I swept the board in my daily presidential address. Your big game breakdown will win tonight because it's from yesterday's show. Remind everybody what it was.
We took Ohio University, the Bobcats, plus a touchdown against Toledo.
There you go.
Maction this evening. We'll also do Maction. I'll do another Maction breakdown on today's big game breakdown. We're going to talk Miami O against Bowling Green. So we can give you a couple of Maction winners for Tuesday night.
Teddy covers. What a crazy night for me, man. I had a 5% play in hockey. I'm telling you, I mean, you've seen me watch sports. You know that I am out of control. Last night I teared. I shook. I laughed. I cried. I lay on the ground. It was, man, I was on the Columbus Blue Jackets. They were down 2-0 to start the game. Then they tied it up 2-2. Then Detroit scores a goal midway through the third period. It doesn't count. Then Detroit scores a goal with 5 minutes to go in the game. Now I'm down 3-2, losing my mind. Then Columbus ties it up with 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes left. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to go to overtime. I can't handle it. And then Columbus wins it in reg with like 1.5 minutes to go. Too much drama for this old man. What did you learn last night, brother?
I want to talk about the Mannings today. All right. Because I don't know if you guys heard or saw or seen the commercials.
Missed it.
But now we have Caesars Entertainment.
Oh, yes.
A wide-ranging partnership with the Manning family. Chris Haldren, co-president of Caesars Digital, quote, "This isn't the typical partnership between a sports betting company and a major talent. We're welcoming the most acclaimed family in football history to be integrated holistically into the Caesars family." This is, as a guy who's been around since the NFL was actively looking to end sports betting in college sports. The NCAA was testifying on Capitol Hill to end sports betting. To see the evolution. And 5 years, the Supreme Court didn't legalize this till 2018. And there wasn't really a path or a groundswell of support for legalized gambling until that time. 2018, 19, I guess it's only 4 years. But to see the Manning family sign this deal with Caesars, just like Barry Sanders is partnered with MGM and Drew Brees is with PointsBet, the evolution has come really far, really fast. We got 31 states and the District of Columbia that are already legal in the U.S., and there's only going to be more. So this transition from sports betting is the ultimate all evil to sports betting is just fine. I like it. I approve of it. And to see the Mannings sign this deal only takes it one more step in that direction because the Mannings, let's be real, they're football's first family. What about you, Prez? What did you learn last night?
Well, I mean, just in keeping on that, Teddy, you know what I really look forward to is the Mannings becoming the spokesperson for some pot company. That's going to be killer. When all these athletes are starting to represent, cannabis drinking companies and edible companies, and now we're talking movement in the morality of the old peeps. I don't know, dude. What did I learn last night? I'm too old to watch these games. I went 3-0 in NBA last night. Those games weren't a sweat. I don't know, man. I got to figure out a way to calm the hell down. I mean, I had so many customers relying on me in that hockey game. It won, and yet it was a 2.5-hour nightmare experience for anyone around me. I mean, Vivian left the room twice. She's like, I can't be around you. I'm going upstairs. Then I had to go get her because I needed to share my anxiety with. So she left again.
I get that.
Yeah,
of course.
And Carm, I'm texting Carm. Eventually, Carm texts me, leave me alone. I'm watching Netflix. Like, too much, dude. Let's bring Skee in. Skee, how are you, my friend? Welcome to WagerTalk Today. It is $2 Tuesdays. You are the $2 handicapper over at WagerTalk.com. Tell us about that, my friend. What's going on? What do you have for the clients?
Well, I have my first 5% play in the NBA, and I've been doing really well in the NBA specifically. I think I've won 18 of my last 24 plays. So looking to keep that going tonight.
Nice.
And it's good to be back on here talking to you guys. I feel like I've heard some of those stories before, Prez. I feel like I heard you and Teddy going through texting each other during the games or talking during the game. So you gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you, just real quick, Skee. So Prez goes insane during his big plays. I mean, when he's got a 5% or up, there's no joy being around him. Whether it's winning or losing, it doesn't matter. All right, he's just difficult to be around.
Yes.
Not that I'm easy to be around in general, but I tend to watch my games a little bit calmer than Prez does. On the spectrum, when it comes to the big games, are you kind of guy?
Oh my God. Skee, you'll answer that question, but I just want to jump in quick and give I'm going to just guess. Based on everything I know about you, you're on the couch, one eye closed, in full mellowness, doing the namaste. Yeah, that's my take. I can't see Skee getting losing his shit, but I could be wrong. Tell us,
because when Skee doesn't, and when the game's not on, you're hanging out with Skee. Skee's on that phone every bucket he's watching. Okay, he's not like sitting there going, "All right, I'm going to check the score every 10 minutes." Skee's his head is down in the phone watching the play-by-play. So it's not like he's completely chill and mellow. He's paying attention. But what's
what is it?
Teddy's been
How
with me,
crazy?
Seen it, but I wasn't losing when Teddy had seen me. So, if this was 8 years ago, I would be going insane. I'll be going crazy, probably worse than how Prez is talking. But now, you win some, you lose some. Not that I like losing. I'll be angry. I'll be sitting there steaming. But at the end of the day, I got to wake up and do it again tomorrow. So I just look at it as another game.
So the moral of the story is at 22 years old or whatever you are an old wise man, and at 52 years old, I'm still an idiot. Pretty much.
I'm not saying it, but if you want to say it.
Well said. Whiteside, prop bet tonight. Rebounds. Where are you going?
Well, you named it. I mentioned this to one of my friends.
I didn't say where.
Yeah. I mentioned this to one of my friends, and immediately he said, Whiteside is still in the league? I said, yeah, he doesn't play that much. He plays like 15, 20 minutes. But when he's out there, that's all he's out there doing is grabbing these boards. And he's going up against a Sixers team still without Embiid. They're bottom 5 and rebound percentage the last 5 games. And Whiteside has hit his prop. He's gone over 6.5, 7 of his last 8 games. So I like Whiteside in this one. I think he's going to avoid going up against Drummond. He's going to play against the backups and the smaller guys. And I'm seeing him having success in this game. So plus 106, that's the bet for me.
Yeah, and it makes sense, Skee. I like that. You got another prop on PG.
Paul George, my bad.
Paul George. Paul George. Dude, man, what do you want from me? I'm an old decrepit man. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more than one PG around.
Well, I mean, I'm going with Paul George in this one. And he's been playing like the MVP so far this season, but I'm not going to focus on his points. I look at the Spurs. They've been without Jakob Poeltl for a while now. They're bottom 10 in rebound percentage their last 5 games. I think they're going to struggle on the boards again tonight. And surprisingly, I mean, the leading rebounder is not Zubac. It's not anybody else. It's Paul George on this team. I look at his last 6 games. He's had 9 or more rebounds in 5 of them, and you're getting a plus 110 price. So the way that he's been playing lately, the way he's been grabbing these boards, and the lack of big men for San Antonio, I think he can do it again. So Paul George over 8.5 rebounds, plus 110. I like it.
So with this one in particular, I mean, George is coming off one of those nights where he just couldn't hit a bucket. You know, it was really an ugly shooting night against Chicago, and his post-game quotes were all about the shots are going to fall next time out. I'm not that worried about it. He was relatively confident on that. Would you consider a points, rebounds, assist prop tonight, or is it really rebounds the one thing you want to key on?
I definitely understand that. I'll be curious what the number is. You know, where I do my props, I kind of use Bet Online a little bit, and they have points, rebounds, assists. They don't have just points and rebounds. So I took out the points and just focused on rebounds. But I'm not mad at it. I mean, he's been killing it so far all season, and I see him having success. I don't see anybody on the Spurs roster who's really going to match up with him. So I could go with that, Teddy. And the last game, I will say this. He was tired. Like, they are on a back-to-back, and even Ty Lue said he was pushing his starters too much, and he knew he left them out there for too long. So I think that's what we were seeing.
Skee Profit, everyone. Skee is the $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. He's currently on a 27-10 run. He's got a very rare 5% play up. They don't happen often for him. You guys can grab that for only $2. Also, Tyler McCoy writes, I'm Prez, old, confused, and probably constipated. Ty, man, you're the Prez too? God, there's so many of us. But as far as your constipation goes, I got no suggestions, no help. Anyway, Skee, I got a question for you before we move into NFL. And, you know, last night I was on the Chicago Bulls against the Lakers. I cashed that 3-0 last night in NBA. What the hell is going on with the Lakers? Now, I ask people this. They're like, well, they're old. They're old. Really? They're not that old. I mean, Russell Westbrook coming off a historic season last year. Anthony Davis just seems to be incapable of taking a game over. What is going on in Lakerland?
Well, if we're talking about specifically last night, I think every single soul on that Chicago team had something to prove last night. I mean, you have Lonzo coming back to where he got drafted. He's looking like a superstar out of all the games. Of course, it's going to be this one. Caruso, DeMar DeRozan is from the LA area. The Lakers, I mean, he wanted to come to the Lakers for a long time, and, you know, we never got him. So all these guys have something to prove, and I think that's what we saw last night. As far as in general for the Lakers, and also what you said about Anthony Davis, you know, I haven't been loving everything I'm seeing from him. He doesn't always seem like he cares, but last night, like, so sometimes guys are out there doubling him before he's even touching the ball, you know, and it's nobody else helping him out, really. So Lakers are getting healthier. I think they'll figure it out. You know, LeBron, he left the game early last night. He was fed up. And you look up this morning, it says LeBron could return on Friday. So Lakers will be all right.
Teddy, anything to add there?
I'd like to talk about some NFL now.
Set it up.
On the Lakers. I mean, look, the Lakers are a team that is going to not have success in October and November and December. We all said that going into the season. This is no surprise to anyone that pays any attention to the NBA. And the only people who are surprised about the Lakers' sluggish start are pundits who on TV have to come up with stupid opinions that people go, yeah, sure, that guy's smart. That's it. Everyone knows this is no surprise. The power ratings show it. Look, they were home dogs to Chicago last night. All right. The numbers show it. Everybody knows it. They're mediocre right now. They might not be in April or May, but they're mediocre right now.
Skee, let's move to NFL. Seattle at home plus 2.5. There's a 3 out there over Arizona. 49 is the total. Russell Wilson, first time in his career, shut out last week against Green Bay. Arizona obviously had a terrible performance, but now they're getting back. They're hoping to get back their 2 big offensive weapons. Where are you going in this one, man? I mean, this to me is a tough handicap.
Yeah. Well, first, I want to say, because I've been having success lately in the NFL. I've been having success like kind of all around the board. But NFL, 11 of my last 15 I've won. And what has changed? I just stopped overthinking everything. I'm looking at these games. Yeah. I'm watching every single one of them like Teddy's telling you. I look up the numbers and I'm just going with what it's telling me. So in this game, I don't want to overreact to the one game for Russell Wilson coming back from injury in the snow. I just think he's better than what we saw out there that game. And with this line, I mean, it was supposed to be Seahawks, I think, -1, and it comes Arizona minus. So I think the books just want to get in a position to where if Kyler plays, they're okay on both sides. And I don't think Kyler is going to play. So I'm just kind of betting against that. Kyler, I don't think he's 100%, and the Cardinals are 8-2. And if you're going to have a bye week, why are you going to rush him back to play? And their backup, he got a little bit hurt, but he said that he can still play if they need him. So I think the Seahawks can win this game. It's a division game, and Seahawks aren't dead in the water. They've only lost 6 games so far. So I like Seahawks plus the 2.5. And I think it's a nice teaser leg for this week as well.
And there's a good handful of 3s out there. Here in Vegas, you can find a 3 right now at the Westgate. You can find a 3 at Caesars. You can find a 3 at Stations. You can find a 3 at William Hill on this game.
Let me ask you, Teddy, really quick. Can I ask you, what would you say? Would you rather get that 3? Well, I don't know what the price is, or would you go 2.5 flat?
If you don't think that Murray is going to play, you grab a 3 right now. All right. Don't think about it. You grab it. I would rather have the 3 than the 2.5 flat,
Even if it's minus 120?
So, yes, I would grab the +3 now, especially if you think Murray's going to play. Not going to play, I should say. However, know that if Murray does end up playing, this line could close 3.5. Who knows how high it will.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always want to learn, and that's why I'm here with you guys, and I appreciate that, Teddy.
Well, Skee, from a betting perspective, mathematically, you're actually better off taking the money line bet on the dog math over a long period of time. If you get +3 or +2.5, you bet the money line, you're going to actually win more than you would bet if you bet the line. And that works for pretty much everything from 6.5 below. But hey, none of us have the balls to do that. So, guys, I just want to tell you about our promo. It was up at the beginning of the show. It's a perfect opportunity to play Skee. He's hot in NFL. He's hot in NBA. Women think he's hot as a human being. $99 for a month of any sport from any handicapper. Just $99 for a month of any one of the guys, any sport. Head over to WagerTalk, take advantage of that. Grab Skee's NBA. He's outstanding in it. He's 11-4, right? 11-4 NFL run, right?
Correct.
Excellent. What do you got to promote? Well, we've done it all, right? Is there anything I'm missing?
You're doing an amazing job, Prez. I was just sitting back enjoying, but you mentioned all the runs that I'm on. I have $2 Tuesday for today. I've added one other play that I haven't talked about for NFL this week. That's also on my page. It's 4% total. So that's what I have going for this weekend. I'm looking to keep the run going. And I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Anytime, brother. Skee profits, everyone. Also, just a shout out to the Gold Sheet. They are the $2 Tuesday handicapper over at Sports Memo. They have a Thursday night football play available to you all for only $2. And they, like Skee, are rolling. We always choose one of the top 2-3 hottest handicappers from the week prior as our $2 Tuesday. So you're in good hands with both Skee and the Gold Sheet. Check that out. Hit the like button, everybody. Teddy's going to get ready. His big game breakdowns coming. Carmine, Dave Sharapan, daily presidential address. So much more. 10 seconds.
The WagerTalk You Pick special is live, giving you the option to pick the league of your choice and get 30 days of picks for only $99. 30 days of the NFL for $99, done. Just want NBA and NHL for the next month? You can do that for only $99 each. That's right, $99 gets you every release from the league of your choice from your favorite handicapper, including 5% best bets for 30 days. No coupon code is required, and 30-day sports passes will go back to regular price Sunday at midnight. So lock in as many sports and handicappers for only $99 before time runs out.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's talk Tuesday night action. Right now, looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen, I'm seeing Miami, Ohio, a 17-point favorite against Bowling Green just about everywhere. Total, anywhere from 51 as high as 52 and a half at jump shots. Let's call it 51 and a half for the total. There is some variance on that number. Be sure to shop around whichever side you like in terms of the total here, over or under. I'm going to make a case for the over in this one. And look, we have a Miami offense that is starting to click. You know, this is a team that got off to a 1-3 start, and they've come on like a freight train down the stretch. 45 points last time out, season high 45 points. And Brett Gabbert, a guy who's been injured over the last 2 years, third-year starter, he's healthy, and the numbers are showing it. 351 passing yards, 4 touchdowns last week, and that was a follow-up to a 492-yard, 5-touchdown showing against the Ohio Bobcats. So Gabbert playing the best football of his career right now, and this is a pass-heavy team against a team that isn't going to be real good at stopping the pass. All right, they throw the ball, 65, 66% of the time, and a bunch of good receivers. Jack Sorensen's got 5 straight 100-yard games. Mac Hippenhammer is a Penn State transfer who's been real reliable. Jalen Walker, another weapon they have. So I expect Miami to get theirs tonight. The question is whether Bowling Green is going to score anything. You know, and this team was 2-2 after they beat Minnesota. That was then. This is now. They've been getting crushed defensively. They allowed 49 points a game over the last 3. Passing defense has been a nightmare. They lost their best defender in Davin Ferguson. But offensively, PG's been hit or miss. Matt McDonald's coming off an awful game last time out. But then again, he, when they played Buffalo, he hung 4 touchdown passes, and they scored 56 that game. He's coming off a 65 passing yard performance. He was sacked 5 times on his 25 dropbacks. I don't think that happens here against Miami. I think BG scores enough to get this game up and over the total. And no surprise here if the Red Hawks approach or exceed this total all by themselves. Look for a Maction over. Yeah, no shame in looking for Maction overs. We've seen plenty of those the first 2 weeks of Maction. I think we see another one tonight. Look for BG and Miami to go over the total. There's your big game breakdown. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
Teddy covers, one of the best dudes on the planet, joining us, extremely well shaven, Carmine Bianco. What's up, dude?
How you doing? Not much. How you boys doing? Teddy, my man, how you doing?
What's a good word, Con? I'm okay at best.
Yeah.
When all these guys are rolling and I'm not rolling right now. So
I get it. Listen, I get it. You've been you get driven nuts by the Prez and his messages. I got the messages last night with his 5% play. I watched the intro to the show. It is so annoying, especially on a night where I said, don't bug me. Like literally even artificial intelligence hates him. Like after 5 messages, Siri goes muting Prez. And I was like, great. I don't like turning my phone off.
A funny joke by Carm.
Yeah, whatever.
Carm, just
Love
out
you,
of curiosity, do you ever cut your head when you shave it? Like, is that a thing?
No, it's not. Every once in a while, I will go to an Italian barber where they do the straight razor, sort of mafia mob, whatever.
Why Italian?
Shave. I just absolutely love it. I love it.
Why Italian? Like what? Portuguese barbers don't do good jobs?
You trust your own people. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay, fair enough. Brother, let's get into it, man. NHL, 2 plays, New York Islanders, Florida Panthers. And, man, Panthers falling apart the last week. New York Islanders haven't really got it going at all yet this season. And what a division the New York Islanders are in. And they're sitting in last place. They got to get their act together. How's this game going to play out?
Yeah, well, the thing with the Islanders is because their arena, UBS Arena, wasn't ready yet. They started the season on a 13-game road trip. Yeah. And I talked about it on Puck Time yesterday. Watch to see what happens. These last 2 games were in Florida against Tampa last night and against Florida tonight because it's just when you're at the tail end of these trips, you just want to get home. You just want this want it to end. And they were chippy last night, and you could see they lost their cool in the second and third periods, and Tampa took that game over and won that game 4-1. I'm expecting a little bit of the same. I said grab Florida yesterday for tonight because the line was minus 145, minus 150. I said it would probably get to minus 170 if the Islanders looked like they weren't competing last night. It likely would carry over into tonight, and that line's at like minus 170, 175 now. So if you got it last night, great. You beat the juice by about 25 cents. I get that Florida's struggling. They're coming home off a 4-game losing trip against good teams, the Devils, the Rangers, the Lightning, and Penguins. First game home off a successful road trip, I like to fade the home team. It's the reverse. When they're coming in struggling and they're coming home where they play well, I want to take them. Spencer Knight should be in goal tonight. Hey, listen, it's early into his career, but he's 8-2-1, 5-0 at home. They're managing him very good, thus far with having Bobrovsky there. I just think the Islanders want to go home. This is one of those ones where I'm going to take Florida. I think it's a no-brainer in the sense of don't overthink this. Like I said, it's the second longest road trip. San Jose started last season with 12 on the road because of COVID concerns. And at the end of the trip, they got bombed 8-2 against the LA Kings. I don't think that's going to happen tonight, but it's Florida tonight for me. And you can take the puck line, minus 1.5 plus 150 here.
So Las Vegas has now rebounded, let's say, off their very rough start. They've won their last 3, but they're home dogs tonight against a Carolina Hurricanes team that's been as good as any in the NHL so far this season. All the money's coming for Carolina as road favorites. I'm seeing as high as minus 140 now for the Hurricanes road chalk, total of 5.5. What are we going to do? Panthers and Knights.
Yeah, it's another one. I tweeted out last night, if you like the total in this game, that it was about a half goal short, I thought, on the opening number of 5.5. There still are some 5.5s out there, but we're starting to see some 6 pop up on screens right now. And while the Knights are playing well, only 2 losses in their last 10. The scheduling quirk, you can only play who they put in front of you, but some easy games, a struggling Vancouver team, Seattle Kraken, Detroit, Montreal, Ottawa, Anaheim. They're playing teams that are struggling, but they're getting wins. You can only beat who they put in front of you. This is a different Carolina team, a team that forechecks very well, creates turnovers, can score, can play defense, and it's a type of team that gives Vegas fits. And this is a Vegas team that injury list, even though Stone is back, they lost Martinez, Carrier's on the COVID list. So they have guys missing from the lineup. And when you play a team that rolls out lines the way Carolina does, with three very good lines, even a fourth line that can check. And you have an unbalanced lineup like Vegas will have, it creates problems for him. That's why that line is creeping up to minus 130, minus 140. I would lean Carolina here and likely the over as well, too, if you can still get that 5.5.
Carmine, Bianco, everyone, you can find him at WagerTalk.com. Carm, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going through soccer tonight. There's a ton of teams trying to qualify for the World Cup. Without any analysis, is there any bets that you want our clients to make?
Yeah, one that I gave out today on stoppage time this morning. The Netherlands, they're minus a goal and a quarter. That's a split line of 1.5. They play extremely well at home. They've got to win or at least get a draw tonight. But I think if they get ahead against Norway, they win going away. They've won all 4 games at home by 2 or more goals, 18-1 goal differential.
What a show, everybody. Are you kidding me? Prop bets, NBA, NFL, hockey, soccer, Teddy's Mac action. We got one bold guy following another bold guy. I mean, it's just amazing. Please hit that like button, everybody. 40 more to go for the presidential address. There will not be one unless we get to 100, and I went 3-0 yesterday. Okay, let's bring in the second bald guy, Dave Sharapan. How are you, my friend?
He's not ready yet. Give him just a minute.
Oh, he's ready.
He's got to
go.
frame him up and get him in the camera. That's what the behind the scenes.
There it is.
Yeah, flex up. There you go.
The guy calling for the shot. I'm not in the shot yet. You know, taking a shot with the bald guy, following the bald guy. I see what you're doing on Flex Tuesday. I told you I want no drama when I come here every single week. No drama. Literally, you're on fire. We need more likes because we can't have a show without the presidential address. I'm going to do what I can coming in on Tuesday. Hopefully we can bring it up at the end, get you the number of likes so I can sit here with Teddy for 2 minutes at the end and just go like this, side to side, while you talk.
Dave Sharapan, how many hats do you actually own? And how do you, and I want to know, how do you present them? Like, where are they?
They're a mess right now. We got a lot of stuff going on in the house, and the wife is really not happy with what's happening right now. So any suggestions, you can reach me at SportsBK on how to display these things, because I really have no idea. And it's getting a little bit out of control because now I have people sending me these hats, which is great. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'll wear them, but I don't know where to put them. And I don't throw the old ones away. I'm a bit of a hoarder as far as that goes. So any suggestions are welcome, Prez. If you have anything, I'll take it.
You need one of those. There's like something you can buy that you put a bunch of hats on, you know, and stack it up in your closet.
That's what you're coming with, really?
I don't know. I never buy anything, dude. Literally, I don't. Hey, I mean, my wife buys 100% of the things in my house. I buy nothing.
Same with me,
Dave.
They run everything.
Dave, yes. You're talking to 2 old men with incredible hair. What the hell would we know about storing hats?
Very true. Very true.
Come on, man.
I just saw it in person. I didn't realize. I only saw it on camera for a while, but in person. Prez, it's glorious. I really had no idea. And Teddy's, forget about it. I saw the back of Teddy's. I really didn't see the front too much. I only saw the back of Teddy's while he was bending over. But it looked great. Don't get me wrong. I got hair envy for both of you. No question.
Okay.
So, Dave, I want to ask you, now that baseball season is over, you're doing a lot of stuff for the MLB network. Do you still do that in the off season? Or is your schedule, are you a little bit mellower now instead of, running around from one show to the next and one site to the next over the last couple of months?
The MLB stuff, we're just kind of taking a little bit of a hiatus right now because they were focused on the daily grind of betting baseball and things like that. So now trying to discuss what's going on with the winter meetings and these signings, like Syndergaard signed with the Angels today. What does that mean for prices and things like that? So the baseball's a little bit on hiatus because college basketball is overwhelming. And, talking to some people about doing some stuff for that. But, I mean, really, I say nobody knows Squadouche all the time. Like, I'd be the first one to tell you, in the book, I didn't really like looking at this stuff until we got to January. It's really, really hard. So if any of you guys get hot, I mean, go with those guys with these picks right now for the college basketball because it is tough. We're talking about some hockey stuff too. On Sports Grid and Sirius XM 159 every day, we're discussing that. Doing more hockey. Like Carm and Prez here. When you can find good hockey bets, I mean, you got to roll with it. It is the same grind as baseball. I think you can get in a rhythm. It's a money line sport, and then the goalies. I would argue the goalies are even more important in hockey than the starting pitchers are in baseball now, especially. You can figure out goalie situations and really get advantage plays and numbers and stuff that I think just the regular guy would actually welcome. And then the NBA, listen, I look at Ralph's sheet every day. I'm not just coming on and saying it. Ralph sends that sheet out. I look at that sheet, trying to navigate the NBA. I just tweeted it this morning. There were 11 games yesterday. 11 favorites won. 10 of them covered. The only one that didn't was Phoenix, won by 3, and they were laying 3.5 or 4. So you want to talk about like picking games and how hard it is and this and that. Like it just flows like that. Yesterday was a favorite day. There's 3 games today. Probably 2 of the 3 dogs win outright or cover for sure.
Dave Sharapan joining us, everyone. Dave, let's look at the NFL for a second. I want to ask you just a general question first, and then we'll get into the individual games. Teddy and I were talking off air. This year has just been insane. Teddy is saying, well, it's the same every year, give or take. I mean, San Fran couldn't score last night. They were a machine. LA Rams were a machine last night. They were a disaster. Tampa Bay was unstoppable. Then they were stopped. The week before, we had Buffalo put up 6 points. Then they put up 40-something. Dallas couldn't score. Then they won by 40. Am I wrong? Is this year just weird?
It is in the fact that the swings are so different week to week. I think it was, there's always a favorite week or 2 or 3 out of the 16-week season that's now 17 weeks. That's going to be 18 weeks because of the buys. But now the swings are so far from one side to the other. And I think it has people really, guessing a lot. And I mean, there's a lot of pros that have just kind of thrown their hands up as well, going, listen, I thought I knew, but I don't know. And
right.
That Jim Moore quote comes into play, like, you think you know, you really don't know, and you never will. Like, this year feels that way as far as the NFL. I think the advantage you can get is in the totals, but also even totals players are kind of throwing their hands up with the NFL going, the game is refereed differently. I mean, there's more flags in the NFL than there and I think between the flags and the impact that those flags have, I mean, basically the pass interference call, no team is out of it anymore. So you're seeing some just in-game swings, let alone week-to-week swings, Prez, that I don't think you've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Dave, and it's not. I want to talk about the total statement that you made because I am a totals bettor by nature, and I don't think it's easy at all this year. I mean, you had Atlanta go for it on 4th and 7. I mean, there are teams down at the goal line that refuse to take field goals, and I don't know whether they're going to make it on 4th and 3 or they're not going to make it. The difference, you're at the 5-yard line of your opponent. It's 4th down and 3, and you miss. That's 7 minutes off the clock before another score might happen.
Yep.
So
it's
we have never seen anything like this from my perspective, Teddy.
If you're an over better, you always want them to go for it on 4th and goal from the 3 or 4th and goal from the 5. You don't want field goals. You want touchdowns because if the other team is backed into their own zone, it gives you an opportunity for another score on the next possession if you didn't get one on this possession. So I never want field goals when I'm playing overs. Do you? Or unless you need one field goal to get it over the total.
Yes, I do. I completely disagree with you, Teddy. And the reason is I'll rather have those 3 points and the next team start at the 25 with an open field in front of them than miss completely. And the team is now first and 10 from their 5. They get 1 first down and then they punt. It's 7 minutes. 7 minutes off the clock before we even might get another score. So I am totally disagreeing with you here. I'm an overs better, and I want those field goals. I cannot risk them missing, and then the game gets bogged down at the freaking goal line. Anyway, guys, we have a list. Go ahead, Teddy.
Sure. Well, what I'm not getting from either one of you is how this season is different in the NFL from years past. Right now, we look at the aggregate point spread standings. Who are the best teams? Green Bay, Dallas, Tennessee, Arizona, Buffalo. All teams with 3 point spread losses or less. All good teams who've all been covering spreads all year. You look at the bottom of the point spread stand. Washington, the Jets. KC's been an underachiever. San Fran's been an underachiever. Baltimore, Pittsburgh are teams that have underachieved so far. Tampa has cost backers money. These are not unusual results in the NFL when you look at this stage of the campaign. They're not even close to being unusual. So I'm not understanding exactly why you guys think this year is different from other years in the NFL. Maybe Dave can share some thoughts.
The only thing I think is different, Teddy, is the swings. I don't think it's that different. I mean, there's definitely dog weeks. There's definitely favorite weeks. You just don't see it go from the books, putting out the can to collect money because all the favorites won, and then the next week all the dogs win and cover. Like the swings, I think, make it unique. But no, I mean the good teams win and cover, the bad teams lose and don't cover. That's just that's a standard as old as time. But I don't think the swings are what make it a little bit unique. And I think people are questioning. And like Prez brings up a good point. You don't know when a coach is going to go for it or not anymore. You don't know when he's going to kick a field goal or not. Like there's just like the game has been changing in front of our eyes, but like the uncertainty of coaches used to know, oh, well, he always goes for it, so he's going to go for it. And then he don't go for it. And then, this team, this guy's conservative. He's going to kick the field goal. No, he's going for it. So I think that bit of uncertainty makes it a little bit different too. But no, I mean, favorites win and cover, dogs win and cover outright or win outright. That none of that's changed. It's just the uncertainty of the way the game is officiated and the way it's managed by the coaches make it a little more unique than years past. That's all.
Dave Sharapan, and we got to get into some actionable info. We've got one of our listeners, John Frantantoni. I just wanted to say his last name. I mean, how great a freaking last name is that? Frantantoni. That's amazing.
With an I at the end or a Y?
With an I at the end. Yeah, man. That is
I love it.
Fantastic name. Anyway, actionable info for the NFL card, brother. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What should we bet?
Well, San Francisco was a play between last night or yesterday and today. I mean, that opening number was 5.5. It's already 6.5, 7 in spots. I'll be probably thinking Jacksonville at this point. They're going to go across country, play that early game, West Coast. We'll have Ralph probably put something out, whether that's true or not. San Francisco played a perfect game last night. Is their season fixed because of it? I don't know. A lot of people will think they are. I don't see it. Couple road favorites will be interesting. Arizona at Seattle. Russ Wilson came back and looked like he wasn't cooking anything. He looked a little bit kind of stuck in the mud. I don't know about that. I kind of like Arizona already there. I think that number will touch 3, but, bad guys will come on Seattle. KC laying a short number against Dallas late game, not the late game, but the afternoon game Sunday. I think it's already been played. There was an opening number, 1.5, came on KC, minus 1.5. It's up to 2.5 for some 2.5 juices. I know that books don't want to go to 3 this early in the week because, again, once you get on the 3, they're afraid to get off the 3. The LA Chargers Sunday night against my Steelers, man. I don't even know what to make of the Steelers tie in the game against Detroit. I mean, really one of the worst football games. And JD was there with Marco and Kelly. And you got to experience Pittsburgh at its finest. Cold, crappy weather. nasty football game and a tie. Like, seriously, you got the full bonus.
Yeah.
At least you guys ate good. But they played the Chargers already. That one came light, about 3.5. It's up to 4.5. There's a 5 in a couple places. Apparently, Minka Fitzpatrick, the best defensive player on the field, along with T.J. Watt for the Steelers, has COVID, and T.J. Watt may or may not play. So I think the sharp guys laid with the Chargers. That's it for the NFL that I've seen so far. The game I'm also kind of keeping an eye on is Cincinnati and Vegas. Vegas played as bad as they could have possibly played against the Chiefs. The Chiefs got right. The Bengals were off, and now they're laying points on the road. The line makes no sense to me. Watch that thing come back. Vegas will be a play, I think, by some respected people. They're just going to wait and see if the number gets driven up a little bit and grab as much as they can, both on the money line and plus a point or 1.5.
Dave Sharapan, bringing the goods.
Yeah.
Like he
Try.
does each and every Tuesday here on Wager Talk Today. You can find him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Sportsbook Consigliere. SportsBKConsig is the abbreviation for that on Twitter. Dave, anything you want to promote before we let you go?
Just the podcast, Cash Considerations. Me, Newbie. You guys know Newbie now, firsthand. He's my co-host on there, along with another guy named Carl. We do it every week. That's available on YouTube now, as well as wherever you find podcasts. I do an 8 in a Box. That's another college football exclusive podcast. We just talk games really fast, try to bang out a quick show like this. We do that every week. And then every day, in-game live on SiriusXM 159, as well as Sports Grid TV. From 4 to 7 Pacific, 7 to 10 Eastern. Basically, watch the games, watch the in-game lines, talk about what's going on, what's not. We had Morency and Cam tell a story yesterday that I sat there and laughed for 8 minutes, kind of like we do during the presidential address. They told a most ridiculous story. Those guys are hilarious, and they have a pretty good hockey opinion as well. So all of that, that's it. Did we get enough likes, Prez? Are we going to have a presidential address?
Yes, we got enough likes. But before we get into the daily presidential address, I took Cam and Gabe to a Raptor game a couple of years ago. I made a crucial mistake of taking them for drinks before the game begun.
Can't imagine what that bill was.
It was $2,500. There were moments.
And a drunk Morency for hours.
Oh, God.
Dude. So Gabe had nowhere to sleep that night. Nowhere. Literally nowhere. We left him on the street. There were times where he was standing in the aisle in the middle of the Raptor game screaming, "I am famous."
Oh,
I mean, Gabe drunk is awesome. Teddy, you've been there, right?
Only awesome when you're not responsible for taking care of them.
Well, I left that to Cam. Yeah.
Dave Sharapan, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again next week. Now
see you,
it's
boys.
time
I'm
for
staying
Lawrence
for the dress.
presidential address.
All right. What a show we had today at WagerTalk TV. Check out WagerTalk Today. We had Hakeem Profits talk NBA prop bets and the Seattle, Arizona NFL game. Bianco came on, gave out a couple of NHL bets and a soccer bet. And, of course, Dave Sharapan with a ton of excellent information. I got a big night tonight, guys. I got 3 college basketball plays. I'm 60% on the season. I got 3 NHL plays. I got 1 NBA play. You can get it all over at wagertalk.com. It's also $2 Tuesdays. Skee is the handicapper at WagerTalk, Gold Sheet at Sports Memo. 4, count them, Dave Sharapan, 4 free picks for you guys. Let's start with the Toronto Maple Leafs in regulation. You can get that at roughly around -110. Bad spot for Nashville. I do think Toronto is going to lose a couple of games. Look, they've won 7 of 8. So We are going to see a slight regression. I don't think it happens tonight. It's a tough spot for Nashville. The other one, and I told you guys I have 3 hockey plays for my clients tonight. Here's one of them, so you don't need to buy this one. Dallas Stars in regulation. I played against Detroit last night. I think Detroit is a fade team moving forward. And what a flight. I mean, they played last night in Columbus. Tonight they're playing in Dallas. And they lost last night. Take Dallas Stars in regulation. Winnipeg, Edmonton. Take Winnipeg and take the over in that game as well. That's it for me, for Dave, for Skee, for Carm, for Teddy. What a show, Teddy. It's Shawarma Tuesdays. Take us home, baby.
I will. And just looked it up. It is a 2-hour and 25-minute flight from Dallas to Columbus. What a flight for the Blue Jackets tonight. That's going to wrap it up for the Tuesday edition.
That'd be the Dallas Stars. No,
whoever.
Detroit Red Wings. You just want to argue with me. I'm taking my headphones off. No more cans for the Prez.
That's going to wrap it for the Tuesday edition. I want to thank all of our guests, all of our viewers. We'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same channel, 9 a.m. here on the left coast, noon for you back east. Between now and then, enjoy the games and good luck.
Tokyo Brandon's resume in Asian baseball is quite impressive. 2021 number 1 overall profit leader, up 217% in profit, 61% in KBO, and 59% in Japanese baseball. For a limited time, you can lock in KBO from the start of the season in April through the championship in November 2022. And as an added bonus, we'll include any Japanese baseball played during your KBO All Access for the super early bird price of only $4.99. To make the added bonus juicier, we will also include any MLB plays during your access for free. To purchase all of these sports during this time frame, it would cost you over $1,300, but by locking yourself in early, we are dropping the cost all the way down to $4.99.